Bipolar disorder. It can look like this. The person is in love with you, says loving things, everything is beautiful. You feel like you guys are best friends, floating on a cloud. I love you too, I love you, this is me, wow, you're awesome, we're having fun, life is moving. And in the same day, the same person, or the very next day, the person says everything that they loved about you, or everything that you shared about them, or you shared about yourself to them, use it against you. They weaponize it against you. That is classic bipolar disorder. This is something I've been in counseling. I love therapy and counseling. And I'm currently not on any medication. I did take medication in the past. I did, and I even had a relationship where I thought I needed the medication for this relationship to cope, and the relationship, I realized I didn't really need any medication, so I stopped taking the medication. And so, just to give you, and that wasn't my real last one or anything. I'm not saying whether it's the last one or not. I'm just saying that's how long I've been in therapy, and I love therapy. I love the wisdom through therapy. I think what I really love the most is the wisdom, the way the mind thinks, and the way people hurt, and how we can climb out of that pain. That is some of my favorite. And so I share sometimes I don't share everything about the things that I'm experienced with dating or meeting women. And many times I've just met a woman, well, many times I've just met a woman for once or twice on a date. And that was it. And no, I don't go sleeping with all of them. No, but many of them are toxic that I've met. And I've come to terms, I say, is it me seeking out toxicity? Is it them? Just so much of them? What is it like? You try to, you try to meet somebody, you really just want to, you like, you've been so alone for so long, you really want someone to like and hi, I like you, can you like me back, and like, can we be okay and not argue about everything under the sun, that sun right there. So yeah, it's I've learned a little bit. I've learned a little bit, guys. I've learned a lot, and I'm very proud to say my therapist even told me she looks forward to speaking with me. I have more insight than her. I would say 90% of her clients. And I challenge her in her thinking, and I surprise her many times in the way I think about just human beings, men and women in general, and just humans and the systems and the way works. Companies and corporations, my work environment, and the way I view things is very different from the normal person that she meets. And so I do have a little bit of wisdom and insight on what I talk about. Although I'm not a professional or licensed therapist, I definitely would love to help you sometimes, and getting to understand these problems or these roadblocks that you may be coming across, by my own life experience, by my own desire to research, my own wisdom I gather from professionals, from real life professionals that I've been dealing with for years. I definitely make it clear I'm not a licensed professional whatsoever, but I can help to shed a little bit of light if you ever want to talk. I'm trying to set up a system where I can speak to you guys directly. I wanted to get your insight and your on that, and maybe if you want to talk on a personal level, or maybe you can communicate on video. I'm thinking Google Video, Google Voice, I think it is I basically just didn't want to put my cell phone out there for all to see. And I'm trying to get a different number, and I just wanted to see what your thoughts on that were. I wanted to reach out to you guys a little bit more and talk to you a little bit more. I've talked to a couple of you, a handful of you, And I'm so thankful and grateful for the connection and the bond, because it means the world to me. It's been part of my healing, and I'm sure at some point I've struck hopefully a positive nerve in your journey on healing. And that's really all it is. We're part of this journey of life. We expire at some point, and we have to make life the best that we can with each other. And if I can have some type of space in your life to point you in the right direction, or understand things a little bit more clearly, that's what I'm here for. Because I genuinely love you. I love who you are. I know if you've been through a lot, as I have, and it means the world to me to just connect with you and share any type of wisdom that I can with you. So I start off with the video about bipolar disorder and the weaponization. And I want to talk more about that on some other videos coming up soon. But the other person that fell in love with you the day before, that is now using everything against you and weaponizes everything against you, that is a clear classic bipolar disorder, also known as BPD. There are tools to cope with if you are BPD or bipolar disorder. And there's some people that are open and honest. You can find their information on YouTube. I've actually come across some of their channels, and it's so warming and welcoming to see people being open and honest and say, hey, it's okay. Like, I've been open and honest about things. I think the biggest fear that bipolar people have is how people view them, and they don't want to be looked at as, less than, what they're trying to portray themselves. And to be vulnerable in that space strengthens you. It's okay to say that you have this, or you may be dealing with it, or you're not sure if you do, but you have some small traits. Then possibly that there's something else, an underlying issue there. I'm not here to diagnose that, but there's one thing you have to be very clear with yourself is there's tools to cope with that. How to clear yourself of bipolar disorder? There are skills, and we'll talk about that on other videos. There's actual skills, and by what I mean by skills is best practices that must be done every day. It must be done every day. Best practices. And if somebody shares that wisdom with you, they really do love you, and they really do care about you. If they knowingly know and they see it, and they know that you're not afraid to open up about it yet, but they stay with you and they share with you that love and that wisdom, it's because they truly love you. More than money can buy, more than anything that can be provided. They're staying in the darkness with you. They know, and they're trying their best. So with that said, weaponization, that's one of my next videos. We'll talk about that. And thank you so much for subscribing, watching, and listening.